there are things a person can learn to endure. Words, silence, being unseen. Rita had learned all of it. She had learned how to move quietly, how to disappear, how to survive without asking for anything in return. But there was one thing she never learned to accept. It happened quickly, not planned, not deliberate, just careless. Oliver was crying, loud, restless, reaching for her. Ethan turned first. "What's wrong with him?" His voice carried irritation, not concern. Noah shrugged. "He's always like this." Oliver cried louder, reaching, searching for Rita. "Make him stop," Ethan muttered. But Rita wasn't close enough. And in that moment, something shifted. A movement, too rough, too careless. Oliver cried out, not loudly, but differently, and Rita heard it, not with her ears, but with something deeper. She moved before she thought. Fast, urgent, she reached him, pulling him close, holding him tightly. "Don't touch him." Her voice wasn't quiet anymore. The room stilled. Ethan stepped forward. "What did you just say?" Rita didn't back away. She didn't lower her eyes. "Don't touch him." Again, this time, clearer. For a second, no one moved, because something had changed. Not in the room, in her, and that was enough. Some lines, once crossed, cannot be undone. The room didn't erupt. No shouting, no chaos, just silence, the kind of silence that comes just before something changes forever. John stepped forward, not quickly, not aggressively, calm, controlled. "You don't get to decide anything here," he said. His voice wasn't loud, but it didn't need to be. Rita didn't answer. She held Oliver closer. That was enough. The distance closed, not fast, but final. And then Oliver was no longer in her arms. The space where he had been, suddenly empty. Rita didn't move immediately. She just looked at her hands, as if something was still there. Then she stood, slowly, "Please," not loud, just breaking. No one answered. The door closed, and this time, it didn't open again. Time passed. It's hard to say how much. In places like that, time doesn't move normally. Voices came and went. Footsteps, doors opening, closing. Rita stopped reacting, not because she didn't feel anything, but because there was nothing left to do. And somewhere, in the middle of that silence, something inside her changed again. Not fear, not pain, clarity. Time inside that room had stopped feeling real. The air was heavy, still, suffocating. Rita could barely hold herself upright anymore. Every movement cost her something. Every breath, felt like effort, Ethan stepped forward slowly. Not angry, not loud, just certain. "Look at you," he said quietly, "still acting like you matter." Rita tried to lift her head. "Ethan," her voice barely held. He let out a short breath. "If you want us to stop." He paused, not for effect, just to make sure she was listening. "Then prove it." Rita didn't understand at first. Or maybe she did. Noah shifted beside him, watching closely. "Go on," Ethan added. "Do what someone like you should do." He was asking a horrendous thing. He was pointing to his feet and was asking her to lick it. Lily's voice broke from the corner. "Ethan, stop." He ignored her completely. The meaning of it became clear, not through the words, but through the silence that followed them. Rita's eyes trembled. These were her children, the same ones she had held when they were small, the same ones who once cried for her. And now they stood in front of her like this. Noah muttered under his breath, "Guess she doesn't care enough." That was it. Not the demand, not the humiliation. That sentence. Slowly, painfully, Rita lowered herself. Lily turned away immediately, tears forming before she could stop them. The room fell completely silent. No one spoke. No one moved. And in that moment, something far deeper than dignity was lost. It wasn't just humiliation. It wasn't just pain. It was the final break between a mother and the children who no longer saw her as one. "Enough." Lily's voice came out sharper now. "Just stop." Ethan looked at her for the first time, annoyed, but something had shifted, and for the first time in years, one of Rita's children had chosen to stand against them. Some goodbyes aren't spoken out loud. They happen in the quiet moments when you already know what's coming. Rita didn't know how much time had passed, but her body did. It felt heavier, slower. She didn't panic anymore. She didn't try to understand, because somewhere inside her, she already knew she wouldn't be leaving this place. When the door opened, she didn't look up immediately. It was the sound that made her move. A small voice. "Mama." Rita turned, and for the first time, in what felt like forever, she smiled, not because she was okay, but because he was. Oliver ran toward her. Small steps, unsteady, and she caught him as gently as she could. She held him close, longer than she should have. Her hands didn't want to let go. "Hey," she whispered softly. "Hey, it's okay." Oliver laughed lightly, touching her face like nothing was wrong. Rita closed her eyes, just for a second, trying to remember this. "Listen to me," she said quietly. Her voice was soft, but steady. "I'm always here, even when you don't see me." "Okay." Oliver didn't understand, but he smiled, and that was enough. Rita looked up, toward Maria. No words, just a look, a request, a plea. Maria nodded slowly, her eyes already filled with tears. Lily stood near the door, watching. Rita turned toward her, and without hesitation, she lowered herself and gently held her hand, not as punishment, not as fear, but as a final request. Lily's face broke, and for the first time, she understood. Morning came quietly, like it always did. Nothing felt different. Nothing warned them. The house moved the same way it always had. Footsteps, doors opening. It was Ethan who reached the door first, not out of concern, just routine. He pushed it open and stopped. Noah stepped closer. Then Lily. Rita was there, exactly where she had been. But something was different. She didn't move. She didn't breathe. She didn't answer. "Mom." Oliver's voice was small. He stepped forward, reached out. "Mama." The word hung in the room. With nowhere to go, Lily moved first, not toward Rita, toward Oliver. She picked him up, holding him close, like she was trying to protect him from something she couldn't undo. Maria stood in the doorway. She didn't say anything, because there was nothing left to say. Somewhere behind them, voices began to move, plans being made. But inside that room, nothing moved at all, because for the first time, Rita wasn't there anymore. Some people don't leave all at once. They stay behind, in the things they touched, the moments they gave, and the love they never stopped offering. The house was quieter now, not peaceful, just different. The routines continued. The days moved forward, but something had shifted. Lily felt it in everything. The silence, the spaces, the absence of someone who had always been there. She found it in a room, small, almost hidden. Inside were pieces of a life no one had noticed. Pictures, dozens of them. Ethan as a child, Noah laughing, Lily holding Rita's hand. Moments where they had loved her without knowing what they would become. Lily's hands trembled because for the first time, she wasn't seeing memories. She was seeing truth. She found the recordings next. Small moments, laughter, soft voices, Rita loving them completely. And then she saw herself, small, laughing, reaching for her mother. Lily broke, not loudly, just completely. "I'm sorry." The words barely formed. "I'm sorry, Mom." Oliver moved closer, not understanding, but feeling something. Lily picked him up, held him gently, the way Rita had. And in that moment, something changed again. Not in the house, not in the past, in her. Some endings don't feel like endings. They feel like something being carried forward. It wasn't a grand place. No markers, no name, just a quiet patch of earth beneath a tree. Most people would walk past it without ever knowing. But Lily knew. She stood there, holding Oliver close. The wind moved softly around them. Nothing dramatic, nothing heavy, just quiet. She didn't speak immediately, because this wasn't something she could rush. Oliver looked around curiously, unaware of what this place meant. Lily gently adjusted the small chain around his neck. The pendant rested against his chest. A photo. Rita, that's your mom, Lily said softly. And mine. Oliver smiled, not understanding, but accepting. Lily took a slow breath. Then finally, she spoke. I didn't see you. Her voice stayed steady. Not when I should have. She paused, not to cry, but to mean it. I didn't stand up for you. I did choose you. The words sat in the air, and for the first time, she didn't look away from them. I can't fix that. No excuses. No justification. Just truth. She held Oliver a little closer. But I can do this. I can make sure he knows you. I can make sure he never feels what you did. Oliver leaned against her. Calm. She smiled slightly, not because she was happy, but because she understood now. I'll take care of him. I promise. The wind moved again. Soft, not an answer, but something close to it. Lily turned, holding Oliver carefully, and began to walk away. Not alone, never alone.